So many men sabotage their chances with women without even realizing it. One simple mistake ruins the attraction. One simple mistake ruins the respect. One simple mistake ruins the connection that they've built. But the good news, fixing it is so much easier than you might think.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh.
Hey guys, Brendan here, and in this video we're going to talk about why you may be wrecking your communication and your chances and the attraction and the respect and everything you have with women, whether that be someone that's already in your life, or maybe you're looking to bring a female into your life, you're trying to meet someone, or you're dating, or whether you're in a relationship or you're married, you've been there for a while. There's one key point that's going to be wrecking so much, and that is your lack of presence. Distraction kills attraction. Even if you're in your head, you're overthinking, or you're focused on the outcome instead of the moment, you're missing the key to deep connection. A lack of presence is killing men. Most men are stuck in their heads. They're overthinking the past, they're worrying about the future, they're distracted by the noise and the screens and the TikTok algorithm and all the stuff that they see on their phone and all of the stresses in work and in stresses in life. They're physically here, but mentally they're somewhere else. I always say, be where your feet are. And it costs them everything. It costs them their relationships, their confidence, their impact, and their inner peace. A man who isn't present, he is disconnected. He's disconnected from himself, he's disconnected from his purpose, he's disconnected from the people who matter the most. You are doing a disservice by not being present when you're around the people that you love. You operate on autopilot. You never fully express yourself. You never fully experience life of what it's meant to be and feel fully alive because you're not present. Because the only thing that exists is the present. The past is the past. The future is an illusion. The present is the only thing that we really have. Presence is power. A man who is present, a man who is grounded, a man who is focused, a man who is in control, a man who is present, listens deeply. He moves with certainty. He leads with strength. He builds deeper connections with himself and with everyone else around him. And he makes better decisions and commands respect without even forcing it, because you have that presence. Being fully there, be where your feet are in the conversation. Put everything else away. Get rid of your phone. It's the worst distraction device ever. The moment a man chooses to be fully here, everything changes. Jim Elliot said, wherever you are, be all there. And that is the key. Don't overcomplicate it. It's simple. Wherever your feet are, be there. Get rid of distractions. If you're with people, be with them fully. Your family will love you. Your family and everyone else around you, you'll have them be literally around your little finger in a good way, not in a manipulating way, but just ability to connect with people will be massive, all from being present. Simple. Because it's so simple, don't dismiss it because it's so simple. Presence is power. And until you understand that, until you live it, you're going to be in the future or in the past. You're not going to be present. Life's going to be all over the shop, and you're not going to actually really experience life. You're going to wake up one day and go, where has my life gone? Presence is power. Remember that. Now, another mistake that men make is talking to impress instead of connecting. Men focus on saying the right things instead of actually listening and responding with confidence. Women see inauthenticity immediately. They can sense it and smell it from a mile away. Research shows that saying less, listening intently, and being genuinely interested in them and other people has shown that you are perceived as more knowledgeable and you're perceived as being wiser and smarter than if you were to tell everyone how much you know. It's proven that the more that you listen, you don't even need to say anything for people to think that you're more knowledgeable. Because if you think about it like this, if you know inside that you're smart, that you're knowledgeable, or if you know that you believe in yourself, you don't need to walk around telling everyone that you believe in yourself. You just know it. And so this is the same concept. If you have to tell people, it means that you're trying to convince yourself probably at the same time. Whereas the people who just have that presence about them and they have the ability to connect, they don't need to prove anything to anyone because they're fully confident within themselves. I used to always want to tell everyone how well I was doing, whether it be family, whether it be friends. I'd always be like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm earning this much or doing this. But it was all because I didn't feel good enough inside. I didn't feel worthy enough within myself. And There was so many times when I was just like, I was pushing my worth on the things outside of me because I didn't feel good enough within myself. And Stephen Covey said, seek first to understand, then to be understood. And if you can take this one thing in communication and listen and don't feel the need to impress them, your connections will be so much better, your relationships will be so much better. And the third mistake here that's stopping you back from communicating fully is seeking validation instead of leading. When you look for approval, you give away your power. Women are drawn to men who are secure within themselves, not the ones who constantly seek reassurance. The ones who need to constantly seek reassurance kind of reminds me of like a puppy dog. You don't want to be a puppy dog following around. Like, that's not attractive. You don't want to be like a kid. You don't want your partner to be like a mother. No one, well, I would say most people are not attracted to their mother. There could be some sickos out in this world. There is some sickos out in this world, no doubt about it. But anyway, what we're talking about here is you want that respect. You want them to admire you almost, not to look up to you, but you don't need reassurance from them. You can have appreciation, but if you chase that and seek it and constantly are like looking for the approval and validation, you are like a little puppy dog and you will never get anything back in that relationship. You won't get respect, you won't get love, you won't get the things that you want, and you'll probably have a shit relationship. That's just the way it is. That's being true and real with you. Now, when I was younger, I used to put a lot of my worth and my sense of validation in how many girls I slept with. I used to travel around trying to quote unquote find myself, and I'd be partying all the time because if I were drinking, then it would mean I could eat. It means I could meet people and talk to people, to the point of almost, I'd always be drinking. Even if I was hungover the next day, I might have one because, some of the European countries, it was okay to have a drink at breakfast, or it was okay to have a beer with lunch or anything because we're on holidays, and it was kind of gave it an excuse. I realized like now that I was just so lost and I didn't feel anywhere near worthy or good enough within myself that I needed to find it in external things. And I see it very commonly now too with a lot of the men. Especially if they're in a marriage or a relationship, their worth is based on how many times their partner sleeps with them. And if they're not getting sex, then the relationship goes downhill, and they think the other person doesn't respect them and all this. Because we've put our validation and our worth in someone else, whether they're sleeping with us. That's only going to end up bad. So own the validation within yourself. Understand you don't need a validation, you don't need approval, you don't need anyone to show you your worth. All of that's inside of you. And when you go within and you find it within yourself, you don't need to seek it externally. Now, twin Linnister said, "A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinion of sheep." So sometimes we seek approval from someone that we don't even really need approval from. So own it within yourself, be the lion, get your own approval, validate yourself, own your self-worth, and everything else will change in your life, especially with females, especially in your relationship sense, because you won't be putting out that needy energy. Confidence isn't just about saying the perfect words, it's about presence, it's about leadership, it's about owning who you are. And if you can fix this mistake, if you can fix the lack of presence, if you can fix the lack of validation that you have for yourself and worth for yourself, then everything's going to change in your life. Everything's going to change in relationships for you. So I hope this helped. Remember, I got you back for life. If there's anything I can do, let me know. Drop in the comments down below if you have any questions, if I can help you with anything. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. You made it to the end of the video and you are one of the top 1%ers who get to this point. Now, if you're sick and tired of not growing to the level that you want, if you're sick and tired of being the same spot that you were 12 months ago, if you're like, you know what, I've got so much more to offer, but I don't really know how to get there, then if that is you, down below, book in your call with one of my team. Just enter your phone, enter your email, and enter your number. And hey, look, we can't reach you if you enter details that are wrong. So enter your right details. We'll be able to reach out to you. We'll show you the 4 stages that we take men through that's going to completely rip you out of your current situation and push you in a new direction that where you want to go. I will push you as hard as I can to get that outcome for you, because I know how much the life is good on the other side of it when we get out of the shit, when we get onto where we want to go. So click the button and I'll see you on the other side.